Hi, I'm Ryan Hoheimer from the OASIS TAC. I want to show you how to take STIX 2.1 JSON and make knowledge graphs. Semantically interoperable and shareable. STIX 2.1 specification gives us a marvelous, well-defined dictionary of terms in our domain. What is an attack pattern? What's a campaign? What are all these things in our domain? With the TAC, we've extended that into taxonomic relationships so that we can do things like, say, a STIX object can be extended with a STIX domain object, can be extended to a course of action object, and even specify custom security playbooks that might be very usable within a specific enterprise. We extend that taxonomy to an ontology so that we have the ability to specify relationships between the objects in the taxonomy. So a threat actor can target an enterprise. What's our goal with this? The goal is to create cyber threat intelligence as linked open data to provide a pool of information in our domain, threat intelligence, that's accessible with common off-the-shelf, mature, mainstream software. So we've got individual IRIs that are accessible, they can be looked up, they can be interpreted, and that information is provided in standards such as the resource definition framework and accessible with queries like the Sparkle query language. It's rather straightforward to do this conversion. So take a STIX 2.1 JSON document, add to the top of that, prepend it with context file that we have created that gives a definition of that STIX 2.1 JSON as JSON LD, linked data. And that JSON LD is then interpreted by many COTS graph databases, so common off-the-shelf graph database representations. And that gives us a queryable, searchable knowledge graph to work with. So we get a knowledge graph, it's linked open data, has all the advantages of the semantic technologies, searchable, shareable, standards-based, and mainstream tools to manipulate, look up, and query that data. Here's an example of a query where I'm querying for threat actors, their threat actor types, their roles, their names, and their aliases. Here's the result in graphical format, but they're in this knowledge base, we're 5 threat actors. And here's the relationship, semantic relationships they have with the data about them. And this is drillable. We can look into these objects and discern more information about them. Here's the case where I've done so. I'm looking for threat actors that have relationships to identities that where that identity is actually attributed to being that threat actor. So tremendously powerful capabilities to do graph analytics, semantic graph queries, Sparkle queries into knowledge bases represented in JSON 2.1 STIX data.